Texas play is really trending up, in my opinion, and Kerwin Roach has been playing very well. Matt Coleman and Mo Bamba, the two freshmen, are starting to feel comfortable, and if Dylan Osikowski starts shooting the ball a little bit better at a higher percentage, this Texas team is going to be dangerous.
You saw Shaka Smart, you see Chris Beard. Both of these teams ready to go. Joe DeRosa, Marcus Pettigrew, Patrick Adams are officiating crew, as Texas Tech has elected to wear their alternate gray uniforms here tonight. You see why the crowd is excited. This is a Texas Tech team that has had a good first half in the Big 12. 2 games behind Kansas, 1 game behind Oklahoma. Not bad for a team picked 12th, or excuse me, 7th out of the 10 teams in the Big 12 in the preseason.
They've had some good teams over the last few years here, but you and I have been coming here a long time, and I've never had people ask me for tickets. I don't have any, but usually people don't ask in Lubbock for tickets, but it's a hot ticket in town.
Texas works it inside. Bamba quickly triple team. And now into the hands of Matt Coleman, who's had some ups and downs here in his freshman season. Getting the miss is Jace Fembris. Hard contact underneath. That's going to belong to Texas Tech. Texas Tech starting 5. Evans, Smith, Culver, Gray, and Odiase. Freshman Culver and Zaire Smith have been playing well. Here's Keenan Evans. Strong.
You see that set. They run Evans off that screen across the middle of the floor, and they've been doing that as of late, trying to free him up from his ball handling duties and chores, and especially tonight you'll see him come off a lot of screens because Kerwin Roach is going to be in his shorts.
Coleman, Roach, Fembris, Osikowski, and Bamba. Roach holding Keenan Evans to 11 points in the first meeting a couple of weeks ago. And there's Matt Coleman for 3.
That's so important if Coleman can develop some sort of consistency from the outside, because people are just sending that second defender at Mo Bamba, so that will open up the perimeter for Coleman and company.
Coleman coming into the night 3 for his last 19 shooting. So good sign for the Longhorns as Zaire Smith pulls up. No good. There's a rebound for Bamba. Crowd wanted to travel. Knifing in is Coleman, in and out. Good move by the freshman. Can't finish.
Yeah, he got all the way to the rim with efficiency, but just couldn't finish it off.
Back-to-back comeback wins over Oklahoma State and South Carolina for these Red Raiders. Really showed grit in that win over the Gamecocks. Came storming back, finished that game on a 13-2 run. Here's Gray with 5 to shoot. Off the back iron, there's Osikowski with a interesting looking hairdo compared to the one we saw a couple weeks ago.
Oh,
there's a travel.
We caught that one. And that's what that Texas Tech defense does to you. And you know, Texas has played well, trending up. But Shaka Smart, talking to him today, he's happier lately with their defense. He thinks their defense has become better. Obviously, Roach is a lockdown defender, but Matt Coleman, as a freshman, is learning how to defend at a higher efficiency rate, and that's probably because he's attending Point Guard U with Shaka Smart on a daily basis.
Yeah, they spend a lot of time watching video. Culver, high off the window and down. Jared Culver, another exciting newcomer for Chris Beard. He has become a starter in recent weeks.
Culver and Zaire Smith don't get the pub as some of the other freshmen in this league, but they are big-time players.
Texas Tech with a chance to take the lead here early. There's Norris Odiase. He'll take that shot over Osikowski. It's going to go to Texas with 17:06 to go here in the first half.
Not sure Chris Beard liked that shot selection by Norris Odiase, and they're going to keep rotating the bigs in. You got Tommy Hamilton, and also have Malik Ondigo, and between the three of them alongside Odiasi on Saturday. They had 18 points and 10 rebounds. They had a double-double.
This is the 7th game without 6'8" forward Zach Smith, who's been out with a broken foot. Has this team fully adjusted without him?
Well, I think they have, and I think it starts with Keenan Evans, his ability just to take over and dominate games or put on his Superman cape, as Chris Beard says, but also the emergence of the two freshmen.
Coleman drives, kicks. Eric Davis from the short corner knocks it down. The veteran has been really good in Big 12 play.
Well, he's playing harder at both ends of the floor, and his game doesn't evolve totally on him scoring. There's a score.
I'll get the crowd going. Keenan Evans with his first two.
It's the first time Texas didn't negotiate that ball screen at the top, and Evans took advantage, finding that angle to the rim.
Snoop Roach has been red hot. He led Texas with 20. Last time we met the Red Raiders a couple of weeks ago. Coleman out for Roach. Got it.
Kerwin Roach played outstanding in their first matchup, and Austin came in off the bench for 20, and since then has been red hot and playing with a lot of confidence on the offensive end.
Also their best perimeter defender. And he nearly got in the passing lane there. Texas Tech has it when we come back, down 4 here at home.
Guys,
Hey, what time's your flight?
I've got an hour until I'm supposed to board.
All right, we have things to do.
They've gone 4-2 since Andrew Jones announced he's fighting leukemia. This team has played inspired ball, save that trip to Morgantown. They haven't been bad without Jones,
Well,
so that's been hard.
They're rounding into shape. There's no doubt about it. And when you looked at this team a month ago, with or without Andrew Jones, you knew they would get better because of the development and the comfort level of the freshmen playing together.
Just ahead of the shot clock doesn't go for Naeem Stevenson. Here comes Texas.
And actually, Clay, it's hard to, when you have such a unique player, and there's Davis spotting up. When you have such a unique player like Bamba, it's hard to figure out how to play with him offensively and defensively. How many you want to gamble with him as a rim protector, and he's really feeling comfortable not only defensively but offensively as of late, doing a great job around the basket and putting the ball on the floor.
Evans fakes the three. Hamilton will shoot the three and hits. The 6'11" senior likes that outside shot. 36% from three. Pulls Tech within one.
Well, I think you're going to see Hamilton play a lot of minutes tonight because he can do that. Not only just knock down the shot, but just take Bamba out on the perimeter, which will allow driving lanes for Evans and company.
Transfer from DePaul. 9.6 rebounds at South Carolina. Chris Beard saying, we wouldn't win at South Carolina if it weren't for him.
5 on the clock, but you can see already the game plan of Texas Tech. They are being very, very physical with Mo Bamba before he catches the basketball, not allowing him any comfortable positioning inside or carving out good space around the basket.
So Bamba sits down. Now Chris Beard, the Texas Tech head coach, said, everybody in Lubbock should buy a ticket to this game because it's probably the last chance they're going to get to see Bamba. Texas Tech's going to get it back.
Osakowski drove the ball into two defenders. Matt Coleman was wide open, standing right next to him, and he didn't see him, or he just wanted to try to make a play at the rim. But one thing Osakowski has not done, he has not finished strong around the basket, only shooting 38% from the floor in conference games.
And a foul against Texas. It's Jericho Sims, a physical freshman for Minneapolis, with his first personal.
See Sims up on the basketball, not playing as a rim protector. Bamba not in the game. Look for Texas Tech to try to burn this and attack the rim.
Osakowski steps in front of the pass to pick it off. He'll take it right in and slam it down.
No trouble finishing that, and the big fella in the back with the anticipation of a cornerback.
Evans Gets it into the front court this time. Great block by Osikowski. Great defense by the Texas big man.
Well, believe it or not, Dylan Osikowski has not blocked a shot in conference play yet this season, but first the anticipator and then the resistor at the rim.
Snoop Roach splits the double team. Misses at the rim, and Hamilton will clear it for Texas Tech.
You better have your hard hat on tonight. There is a lot of body bouncing at the rim.
Stevenson attacks. Osikowski again, sealing him off. Davis will bring it ahead.
No
Coleman.
blood, no foul, Clay.
Yes. Officials letting it go.
I like it.
Zaire Smith, Hamilton again for three. Yeah.
Well, sometimes Tommy Hamilton gets a little bit too comfortable just floating out on the perimeter for a big man, but you can see that stroke is very, very, very smooth at the top. You've got to get up and play and make him put the ball on the floor.
Texas Tech went 7 of 27 from three in the loss to Texas a couple of weeks ago. That was part of their downfall, but the threes are falling here so far. And there it goes down for Roach. He's got 5 early.
You see Tommy Hamilton gives you something on the offensive end, but on the defensive end, see very slow to slide over and help on that drive by Roach to the rim.
Smith, the freshman, going against the freshman, and he'll get the and one.
Well, Texas recruited Zaire Smith, but he didn't want to go to Texas because he thought they had too many guards. So he came here with the promise of getting major minutes, and he has answered the call for Chris Beard, rounding into one of the best freshmen in this league.
6'5", 195 pounds, very athletic. Making his 7th straight start tonight. He goes to the line where he's been 74% on the year. 3-point play. And Texas Tech goes in front 13-12 with 12:15 to go here in the first.
Everyone talks about Texas Tech being old. They're an older team, but the youth of Texas Tech, in my opinion, is what has brought them over the top with Culver and Smith.
Roach for three. It's going to be a foul, I believe. No, it's going to stay on this end. 12 minutes to go. We step aside.
Well, you used to see this with VCU, a little pressure in the full court, and then the anticipation by Osikowski with the big finish for the Longhorns.
Texas, an NBA future, but of course found out he's battling leukemia January 10th. The announcement, there's the release from Shaka Smart speaking for our entire team and staff. We love Andrew. We'll do everything we can to support him and his family during this tough time. Great support here from the Texas Tech fan base as well.
Well, you're talking about this league, and probably 7 out of the 10 teams are going to go to the NCAA tournament, the best league in the country, questionably ACC or SEC, but these teams, they try to just bludgeon each other on the court, but such support to each other off the court.
Brandon Francis for three.
Texas let him out of the trap in the full court pressure, and that's what Texas Tech's going to do. They're going to look to score. They're not going to pull it out and be cute. They're going to attack to get to the rim or shoot the three.
The Texas turnover. That is their 6th.
Well, this is a soft trap, and they get... Already comes out of the double team and just has his head up, and good pitch ahead and very good spacing against the press.
Culver driving. Odiasi gets the rebound. That's blocked by Bamba. And a foul on Texas Tech. That's Culver picking up his first.
Oh, Bamba just came out of nowhere and just kind of hangs around, and you better not go weak against this man. And even if you do go strong, he is going to come up and have that second jump. Just great timing. Just hardly jumped on that one. Just stuck those long arms up in the air.
Bamba a couple of rebounds, no points as of yet. 10 double-doubles, including 4 in the last 5 games. So Sikowski drives in and draws the blocking foul from Odiase.
Interesting, Clay, on that possession. They had Odiase guarding Osikowski, and which means that Zaire Smith at 6'5" was guarding Mo Bamba. So Texas has to try to find a way to get Bamba some touches around the basket. He's just trying to straight post up down low. They got to try to maybe set some screens for him or get him on the move a little bit. He's pretty easily guarded right now. He doesn't have that pure strength to carve out the space, so they've got to get him with some movement in space.
Women's Thursday night showcase, top 10 matchup. Number 1 UConn, number 7 South Carolina, 7 Eastern on ESPN. Of course, these Texas Tech Red Raiders coming off a trip to Columbia, South Carolina, where they won. Francis will try another 3. This time doesn't hit. Osikowski with the rebound. He'll push it. The big man dribbling nicely into the front court.
He's got a lot of skill.
Hitting the 3 is Jacob Young. Sophomore from Houston getting on the scoreboard.
Texas got to be careful, though. They're not getting a good trap against this press, and Texas Tech has had numbers almost every time down the court against the pressure.
Samir Smith slipped. Hamilton steps in for a long 2 this time.
That's how you have to play Hamilton. You got to make him put it on the floor. He's not as comfortable shooting the basketball, even from inside the 3, when he has to put it on the deck.
Last road game for Texas, lost by 35 in Morgantown. They've had 3 straight road losses. Coleman floats it up, no.
Coleman was looking for the lob to Bamba, but they did a great job of sealing him off on the weak side. It didn't allow him that angle to the rim for the lob.
Keenan Evans got it. Now the officials talking.
Not sure what we have here. This is the old mystery call they're going to discuss to figure out what makes most sense, but that was a heck of a move by Evans. That'll be a shame if they take that off the board because of a little ticky-tack foul on the perimeter. Well, Evans just had a clear blow-by from the top. A little rub screen at the top, and they don't do a good job of showing or doubling, and Evans just pushes off. There's really no foul there at all. I don't know what the call is, and since the officials don't have the courtesy to come over and tell us, we'll have to guess.
Well, they're going to take the basket away. And a foul on Eric Davis of Texas.
Come on.
So Texas Tech will have it underneath.
With all that's been going on around the rim, they call that. I mean, really Davis didn't initiate any contact. He tried to back away from Evans, and Evans gave him a little forearm, but it was nothing in my opinion, and continue to have some confusion.
And now they want to adjust the shot clock and put 22 seconds. It was set at 30, so they're going to move it down to 22.
I mean, you just can't make that call. It's nothing. There's nothing there, and that was a really good move by Evans.
He's got it again. Got by Bamba, got it in 1.
Well, again, Keenan Evans is giving you everything he does, and he did not do this in the first game in Austin, just attack, and he's got the shot blocker on him one-on-one, and Texas gets caught in the switch, and Bamba guarding Evans is not something that Shaka Smart wants to see a lot of.
This is exactly what Chris Beard wants to see from his star player, though. Penetrating, making things happen down low, getting to the line.
Well, he took 27 threes in the first game in Austin, and that's way too many. That's not Texas Tech style. Their style is getting to the rim, attacking. They've done a tweak their offense. They're allowing Evans to attack from that wing area to get some space to the rim. That time they got caught in a mismatch.
Texas Tech by 3. Osakowski tried to skip past to Coleman, and Culver stepped in front.
Shaka Smart screaming for a carry on Keenan Evans from the sideline.
A foul on Texas Tech. Brandon Francis. That's his first. Look at the Big 12 scoring leaders. Keenan Evans second only to Troy Young. Nobody's going to catch him this year, but what a year it's been for the senior Keenan Evans.
Well, great balance, and also now he's getting some big-time help with Zaire Smith and Jarrett Culver, but he just totally took over that game on Saturday at South Carolina, where they came from behind again, and he just, every time down the floor, made a big scoring play.
5 points in this game so far for Evans. Really struggled in the last meeting with Texas, especially from 3 when he was 0 for 5. Snoop Roach did a great job defensively on him. Here's Roach now at 5 to shoot, falling away, left it short. Bamba trying to stick it back, and he'll be going to the line.
Yeah, that's a bailout call too. He was falling backwards, and really there was nothing there. The ball was, he didn't have the ball secured in his hands, and Texas is very fortunate because Texas Tech is playing lockdown defense. I mean, they are just attacking the ball with the second and the third defender, and Bamba gets caught there, and maybe just a little reach in by Justin Gray.
Well, Bamba has been better at the free throw line as of late. As I say that he misses his first attempt here tonight, he went 12 of 13 at the stripe against Ole Miss.
This Texas Tech team is putting on a clinic play defensively. I mean, that time they just forced a tough shot on the pick and roll. Their pick and roll defense is played to perfection. Then they just built a wall in the lane with the blockouts, and Texas was fortunate that the ball bounced out over the top.
First point of the night for Bamba. Adede Moretti is in the game now for Texas Tech, 3-point shooter from Italy. Smith takes it to the block, kicks it to the corner. 3 on the way, and good for Evans. Osakowski trying to answer on the other end. Won't do it. The shortest guy on the floor with the rebound.
Texas Tech, Evans on that last possession just said, I'm sticking this right in your face, because that was good defense by Texas, but he just rose up over the top and knocked it in.
Foul underneath on Texas with 7:45 to go in the half.
Jacob Young plays pretty solid defense, but when you're guarding this man, you have to pick your poison, and if you play him too tight, he'll go around you, but he can rise up and knock it home.
Texas will get Oklahoma on Saturday in Austin. Then the Sooners go home to face West Virginia for Big Monday. That should be good. The Mountaineers winning in Morgantown, but the Mountaineers, in the game ahead of us, got beat by Iowa State.
Well, surprisingly, in the game over the weekend against Kentucky, they had a big lead at halftime and didn't hold on to it. So they're trending in the wrong direction, but something tells me that big guy on the sideline with the pullover will get him straightened out. Meanwhile, you see the
slamming it down.
Quick elevation.
Yeah.
Texas showing a little zone. A couple possessions ago, they did this, and then they went to man after the first pass.
Smith misses badly. Save. Here comes Texas down 3. Nice move. Young can't finish at the rim. Texas Tech shooting 40% here to start the game. 8 for 20. 4 of 6 from 3. Another deep shot. This time doesn't go for Evans.
Texas Tech really not getting into anything. Again, Texas showed zone, and then after the first couple passes, they went to man, a switching man. Texas Tech kind of standing around on offense the last couple possessions.
Roach sealed off, tried to get it back on the perimeter, and then a foul. And it's Culver. That's number 2 on Jared Culver. Each team in the bonus the rest of the way here in the first half as Francis comes back in for Texas Tech. Osakowski will take it. Hamilton got the long rebound.
Osakowski never got his feet underneath him, and he gets set and in rhythm. He's a good outside shooter, but he's a little off tonight with his ability to just elevate and knock it down.
He had it poked away by Coleman. Coleman ahead to Roach. He'll slam it in.
You talk to the Texas staff, the two guys that are key when they play at a higher level, Matt Colin and Dylan Osakowski, that's when Texas wins.
Now Tommy Hamilton having himself a really good first half.
Well, we said it before, we saw it before, Tommy Hamilton knocking down some threes, but you do this and attack and split the two bigs. That's punishing.
You know, he has blended in with Texas Tech despite it being an entirely different style than he was used to at DePaul. Doesn't get the three-point play, but Tech has a three-point lead.
An important piece to this team, gives them some nice depth and experience and the ability to knock down shots.
Davis for 3. Good rebound. Can't get the putback.
Nothing easy. No, there's hands everywhere when you attack the rim.
Stripped is Smith. He's fouled. That's the first on Coleman. So Zaire Smith will go to the line where he's 74% on the year.
Both defenses have been rock solid. You know, they play a different philosophy, different style. Texas does a lot of switching. Texas Tech just does a lot of supporting. You get by that first defender, you're going to see a second and a third.
Saturday on ESPN, we've got the basketball version of the Red River rivalry, 6:15 Eastern. Trae Young and the 12th ranked Sooners take on Texas. Then it's the Big Ten, Assembly Hall. Number 5, Michigan State and Indiana, both games on ESPN and on the app.
Texas will be honoring the great coach Mack Brown at that game, the recent Hall of Famer in college football.
Yeah. Texas turnover. That's their 8th. Another foul on this end. Red Raiders going back to the line. Second on Coleman.
Just the rock solid defense. You cannot be loose with the basketball, and big guys throwing passes on the perimeter to each other is something you probably don't want to do too often against this defense. Texas Tech doesn't get up and overplay much on the passing lanes, but they will make you pay if you get loose with the ball.
How about the second halves, Tim, that Keenan Evans has had the last 2 games?
We can just see him. I mean, he's just prototypical guard, just strong, he's long, he's under control, he has that ability to explode, but he has that ability to also slow down and finish with grace and great precision around the rim. And you saw that time, that was just pure power. You see his body. All these Texas Tech players are physically imposing.
He can take over a game as good as anybody in the Big 12. Osakowski posting up. Now backing down Stevenson. What a move by Osakowski.
It was, and he read the defense. It looked like the defense was going to close on him, but he kind of hesitated, found that one little opening, and did a great job going with the left.
5 points for Osakowski. He averages 15. 17 times he's been in double figures this year. Odiasi working on Bamba. The extra pass to Stevenson's rejected by Big Mo. Shot clock at 4. Driving in, Evans trying to go to the other side of the rim. He'll get back to the line.
Well, this is what great players do, and just the presence of mind to understand that the clock is running out, and just kind of throws his body into Bamba. And really kind of a bailout call there. He had nothing there. He just kind of, he initiated the contact, but again, this is what great players do. They sell it. They give their body up to get to the line.
And that's a foul that could prove significant. And that's the second on Bamba. He'll head to the bench. And Shaka Smart in recent weeks has been dealing with that short bench. He's used as few as 7 men in his rotation twice in the last couple of weeks.
Well, Jericho Sims is giving him better minutes. You can see he's getting a little bit more comfortable. He's raw, he's young, but he's talented. He's obviously not the offensive player that Bamba is, or the defensive presence, but at least he gives him some size as Bamba goes to the bench for the last 404.
Roach looking for help. Febris, freshman out of Houston. Roach got it. It swims in from 3.
He has been playing with tremendous confidence, and that's the thing with Kerwin Roach. You know he's a lockdown defender, but if he starts knocking down shots, that's when Texas steps up their game.
He had 20 in the first meeting. He's halfway there tonight. He's got 10. Nice pass. Odiasi from Josh Webster.
That was the best possession Texas Tech has had against that kind of soft zone that turns into a man. And that time they just spaced the floor, went middle, and then drew the inside defender up and went baseline for the dunk.
Josh Webster hasn't been getting a ton of time this year for Chris Beard, but nice dime there. Jericho Sims, the pass. Dosikowski left it short. Febris gives Texas a new shot clock. Roach wide open for 3. Not this time. And a foul underneath. It's on Stevenson, his first. We step aside with 2:47 to go in the half.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is brought to you by Snickers. You're not you when you're hungry. Snickers.
Solid defense, and then the big shot maker.
Reigning Big 12 Player of the Week. 3rd time this season.
We've watched him evolve over the years, and now he is just playing at a level that has brought Texas Tech to where they are, 17-4, number 10 in the country, and they are for real, this team. And tonight, Clay, their defense, if you were grading out their possessions, there's not much to fault so far tonight from Texas Tech.
Jericho Sims has had a real tough year at the foul line. 17 of 42 coming into the night, but he buries the first one. With that said, he got the game-winning free throw. A big win over TCU a couple weeks ago. Double overtime win. That was the night Andrew Jones made his leukemia diagnosis made public. Foul on Eric Davis, number 2 on him.
Not sure where the foul was. I thought 2 Texas Tech players bumped into each other, and for the first time Texas put a little extra pressure on Texas Tech in the backcourt, and Texas Tech was not organized, but it was kind of a circus show, and of course this guy comes up with the opportunity.
In and out for Evans. Just another look at that play, Tim.
Yeah, they did a good job of pressuring the basketball, and then the 2 Texas Tech players run into each other, but you saw Davis kind of bumped him from the side.
Evans, an 83% foul shooter, gets 1 of 2. 31-27 Texas Tech. Trying to win their 3rd straight. Texas comes in here on a 2-game winning streak as well. 2:20 to go, first half. 10 to shoot. Osadkowski gets it back to the point. Roach watched nicely by Stevenson. Roach has to hurry. Odiasi tries to keep it alive for Texas Tech. Lost it. And now the officials blow the whistle. They're going to say that was a kick ball, and it's going to belong to Texas Tech.
Well, again, just rock solid defense. I mean, you can't play the pick and roll any better than Texas Tech is playing it tonight. And down and dirty on the floor, and good call by Joe DeRosa as Febres made the kick save.
Who are they going to get, Sims or Febres? Febres.
It's your sport.
A little hockey there.
Little kick save.
Kick save and a beauty.
The Gophers.
So Evans goes back to the line. Already 14 points for Evans. Don't forget Women's Thursday night showcase. Top 10 matchup. Number 1 UConn, number 7 South Carolina, 7 Eastern on ESPN. Gamecocks have never beaten the Huskies in 5 chances.
How about Gino Auriemma? How about this guy? He goes everywhere. I mean, I know he likes restaurants around the country, but I mean, he goes anywhere. He was at Texas earlier this year when we were down there, and he is challenging his young team.
Yes. I'm afraid of a challenge, that's for sure. Move by Young. Doesn't get it to go.
That's the difference between Jacob Young and Keenan Evans. Keenan Evans throws his body into you. That time Young just kind of faded away, didn't get the foul call.
Look at Evans blowing around Young and finishing. That's how he says you do it. Timeout, Texas.
There are a chosen few in possession of an X factor most can only dream of, capable of bringing a packed building to its feet with a simple wave of their arms. They don't just inspire school spirit, they embody it. Statues are built in their honor. Yep, there's no big man on campus bigger than the one in the big furry suit.
Keenan Evans, this is what Texas Tech has been doing as of late, Clay. They try to set him up on the wing with space. They have a misdirection on the weak side of the floor, and on the strong side, you see he refuses the ball screen, and he's got that whole baseline area wide open to the rim.
17 in the first half for Evans. Biggest lead of the half for Texas Tech. And Odiasi with 2 fouls now.
Well, if Texas is going to get back into this game, they're going to have to make some outside shots because there's nothing there going to the rim. There's no space at all. And Texas Tech is just giving help, and then the helper is helping the help, and they are just attacking the basketball. So the drive and kicks will be there, but then you've got to knock down the shot.
Jericho Sims goes back to the line. Sims has continued to get more minutes as the season has gone on. Brandon Francis, the former Florida Gator. It's to Evans. Now a whistle and a foul away from the ball against the Longhorns. Another one on Febres.
Again, you just see the strength. That's a freshman right there. Cyrus Smith, I mean, he was trying to post up Jace Febres down low, and Febres just lost the battle. He could not hold him off, and he ended up fouling.
Gray is going to come back in for Francis. That's the third foul on Febres, by the way. Mo Bamba with 2, Febres with 3.
The thing about Smith, not only is he can really leap, as we've seen, but he's got those long arms, so he just plays so much bigger than 6'5", and he's going to guard Osakowski. He's guarded Mo Bamba, and he is always in perfect position off the ball. Very rare for a freshman.
Osakowski backing down Smith. No. And the Red Raiders can take the last shot if they want to.
Osakowski has to finish that play. I mean, he's a veteran player. He's got a 6'5" guy on him. He gets all the way to the front of the rim. He's got to have that confidence that he's the better player in that situation.
Evans to make an extra pass to Hamilton out of bounds, and now Texas will have a chance to score before halftime.
A little too unselfish on that possession with Keenan Evans, and Texas has not found a way to slow him down at all. And that time he got all the way to the rim, but felt the help, made the extra pass.
Coleman rushes it ahead, attacks, and he gets a foul out of the play.
Chris Beard beside himself that Texas is going to have an opportunity, but Texas Tech kind of forced the issue. Instead of getting back and getting their defense set, they went up and pressed full court, and Coleman took advantage of the opportunity as they had the floor space, and he got ahead of steam all the way to the rim.
That's the third foul on the Texas Tech glue guy, Justin Gray. Five in the first half for Coleman. 0.6 seconds before the halftime horn. Stevenson won't count, even if it goes, and it doesn't. What a first half for Keenan. Texas Tech 13-0 at home this season, 14 straight wins at home going back to last year. Good start, 36-29 at the half, leading Texas at the break. Alongside Tim Welsh, I'm Clay Matvick. We talked about Mo Bamba and we talked about Keenan Evans at the top of the broadcast. Game might be dictated by who plays better. Well, so far Keenan Evans is stealing the show.
Well, Keenan Evans didn't get these shots when they played a couple weeks ago in Austin. He was really rendered to a perimeter shooter, and today they've got him in space. They've opened up the floor for him. They've got him moving away from the basketball and coming back to the weak side, which allowed him a lot of space off the bounce. And they've got to find a way to corral him much better, because he's getting by that first defender, and the help is coming way too late. And if you don't play it from the outside, he can do that. And the other problem Texas has is they're not getting good shots at all, because Texas Tech is just locking them down. They're not allowing them to get into any rhythm in their pick and roll game. So Texas is going to have to drive and kick and knock down some perimeter shots.
Bamba 3 points, picked up a couple of fouls in the first half, spent significant minutes on the bench. But yeah, you're right, Tim, that defense for Texas Tech, holding teams to 39% shooting and 62 points per game, both top 10 in the country, playing well here again tonight. Texas Tech 33% from the field in the first half. It was tipped, so Culver will chase it down.
Oh, that was off Culver, though. That was right off his leg after the deflection. That should have been over and back.
Culver from the corner. Oliasi will give Texas Tech a fresh shot clock. I've been a little critical of the officials tonight, more so than usual. I like it. Ledge.
Play it back. Play it back. Just call them as I see them.
I know, I like it.
Play. They're big boys now. They're on the big stage.
Especially DeRosa. He's been around the block.
See, that's the thing. You only point out my negativity. You don't,
No.
you don't talk about the 95% of the time I give
That's
them
your
credit.
positive.
Everyone wants to
Is it
talk
that high
about
now?
the little things. Talk about the big picture.
Last foul, by the way, on Snoop Roach, his second for Texas. And another quick Texas personal foul picked up by Coleman, their third on Matt Coleman, so he joins Jace Febris in the foul trouble category, each with 3 now. See if Evans can stay hot. 43 points in the second half. Each of the last 2 games for Keenan Evans. Shot clock winding down. Goes around. Bomba right to the tin.
Well, that's the issue that Texas has, is that they're doing so much switching that Texas Tech has found a way to keep moving the ball until they can find a mismatch and take advantage of it.
Osikowski back in the defense. That kicks it out to the perimeter. Coleman misses from 3. Texas will reset. Roach slipped. Turnover. Numbers the other way for Texas Tech. Look out. You got to be able to finish, and Culver didn't.
Culver was kind of in between. I thought he was going to slam it home, but he just couldn't find the angle.
And that's going to be a foul on Texas.
And here's what Texas Tech is trying to do. They're trying to move the ball, move the ball. They know that Texas is going to switch most pick and roll situations, and then it's Evans against Bamba, and just doesn't have that ability to guard a point guard from the top of the key all the way to the rim.
Two fouls on Osikowski now. Evans thought about it long and hard. Good decision. Hits the 3.
Easy decision, because again, when they ran him across the floor, that little cross screen across the foul line, and again, Mo Bamba got caught on him on the perimeter, not used to guarding a point guard. Lights out, game over.
Best. League's best. Euro step, well, you're in luck, because you're about to see what's up.
Prime time, baby.
Rockets, Cavs, Saturday at 8:30 on ABC. Presented by YouTube TV.
5 here in the second half for Evans. He's got 22 in the game.
Well, Texas Tech's trying to get Keenan Evans in a mismatch. They run that screen across the top of the key area, and it's Osikowski and Bamba. They miscommunicate. They get caught in the switch, and neither of them go out and contest him from the perimeter. And this is easy money for Keenan Evans. Texas has to figure this out. They've got to change up their scheme. They cannot keep switching and having their bigs get caught on Keenan Evans.
The last 2 games in the second half, and he's after a great start here in the second half tonight. You know, he's been driving so well to the basket, Tim. Now he's finding a little more room on the perimeter.
Well, he is, because of the switching, and I think Shaka wants Kerwin Roach to guard him, but this is how they play defense, and Texas Tech is taking advantage, and they've got to get out and pressure him a little bit, even when they get caught in the switches, and then give some help from the inside before he gets all the way to the rim.
First team foul on Texas Tech. 3rd on Odiasi as Coleman hits from the corner. That's his second 3. He's got 8. As Texas closes back to within single digits. Red Raiders have led by as many as a dozen. Evans falling back. Yes.
Keenan Evans is lighting up like a 5-year-old on Christmas morning. He's getting caught in switches, and that time Dylan Osikowski got caught on the wing and said, "You're a good player, but you're not guarding me tonight because I'm feeling it."
Now Justin Gray is going to have to go to the bench and sit by Chris Beard for a while. He just picked up his 4th. Culver's going to come out as well.
Again, Clay, you see on the wing, he gets caught with Osikowski on him in a pick and roll situation. A little step back, clears a ton of space, and that's like playing by yourself in the gym.
Francis went down. Collided. Doesn't go. Now foul away from the ball. Underneath. First on Keenan Evans. Bamba's been real quiet tonight for Texas. Hamilton goes up for the rebound. And that's going to be a Texas Tech foul. The crowd doesn't like it. That's Zaire Smith's first.
Well, the thing that Texas Tech is doing to Mo Bamba down in the box, first of all, they're being very physical. They're using their body to push him off the block. And then when they throw it into him, they're sending a straight double down low. And this is getting a little rough. There in the paint. Now we got another whistle.
Bamba just picked up foul number 3.
Shaka Smart shaking his head, and I don't blame him. I mean, he is getting pushed around down low, and finally he tries to back in, create a little bit of space, just a little forearm push off, and that's a good call. But Shaka's saying, wait a minute, you got to call it when they're pushing him as well.
Bamba coming off the back-to-back big games, career highs. It's going to be an and one for Keenan Evans. Nope, they're going to call traveling. And now Bamba is down in the lane.
Texas Tech did a good job on this possession as Bamba's helped up. I saw him off that little flare screen. A little 1-2.
He got rolled into by his own teammate. That is bad news for Texas.
He left the game on Saturday, went to the locker room against South Carolina for about 5-6 minutes, and then came back and played terrific. But don't want to speculate, obviously, but he's a tough kid.
So Bamba on the bench now for Texas, being looked at by the training staff. No basket for Evans. Not the turnover. Coleman drives in and slams it down with the left hand.
Oh, the little guy with the explosion in the finish.
Looking at the left leg of Mo Bamba. Offensive foul on Evans. His second. Wow, it's getting testy here in Lubbock as they look at Mo Bamba on the Texas bench. Left moments ago with a leg injury of some kind. And we don't know whether or not he will return tonight.
Well, better job by Texas last couple possessions, just containing and not allowing Keenan Evans all that space on the perimeter to attack.
Jericho Sims with the stick back for Texas. That's a good sign. They're going to need some help from that particular big man with Bamba on the bench.
No question, and they've got to get down and dirty defensively, which they have the last couple possessions. They're doing a better job of pressuring and helping and communicating with active hands.
Keenan Evans bounce pass in the baseline. Webster gets it over to Smith. First points of the second half for Zaire Smith.
Good job on that help there, making Keenan Evans give up the basketball. But Josh Webster doing a good job of moving without the ball and making the extra pass to Smith.
I think the JUCO transfer is giving Chris Beard some pretty good minutes tonight.
Solid, rock solid. He's good defensively and he doesn't make mistakes.
Coleman has 5 here in the second half, launches a 3. It's strong. Davis with the rebound. New shot clock for the Horns. Texas down 9. Roach. Pressure on Webster. Left it short. Hamilton sails in for the rebound. Hamilton shot fake, penetrates, floats it up. That's an offensive foul on Tommy Hamilton. First on him.
Well, both teams just tightening the door and closing it quickly on the dribble drives. And again, Texas has picked up the pace defensively, communicating better, rotating better. Not a good decision by Tommy Hamilton. That's the one thing you don't want your bigs trying to do, drive from the top of the key all the way to the rim against a set defense.
Hamilton comes out of the game. Odiasi back in. Texas with 39 RPI coming into the night. Coleman floats it up for Sims. And is slapped away by Odiasi. Evans handed off to Smith. He lost it out of bounds. It will stay. And this end, 25 on the shot clock.
And Matt Coleman, that's his play. Dribble drive into the lane and throw the lob, or what the Texas calls the jump ball. But that's usually who he throws it to Mo Bamba. And that time, again, Texas Tech did a good job of helping, but not over-helping.
Evans leaning into Sims. There will be a foul on Jericho Sims. He's got 3 now.
Again, Jericho Sims, this is a total mismatch. He has no chance of guarding Keenan Evans on that wing with space cleared out.
4 players with 3 fouls for Texas now. Coleman, Bamba, Febres, and Sims. And again, Bamba still being looked at on the sideline. He has risen to his feet. But whether or not he comes back in this game to be determined. Evans continues his brilliant night as Texas Tech goes back up by double digits. 26 now for Evans.
He is playing hard, not only with the ball, but on the defensive end of the floor. Just ball pressuring all night long.
Davis, what a tough shot for Eric Davis.
A very tough shot over 3 defenders right in his face as Texas Tech gave the help, but Davis was a little bit better.
Davis with 4 now. He averages 9. Francis, nice pass to Odiasi for the 2-hand slam.
Well, Texas Tech continues to really move with the ball and without the ball very quickly with the floor space on the weak side to create those open opportunities.
Osakowski looked like he traveled, no whistle. Texas Tech has it. Webster feeds the corner. Culver, great move.
You saw that coming from a mile away. Texas never got back and got their defense set, and Culver, when he gets a step to the rim, can do that. Finish with ease.
It looks like Bamba's ready to come back in for Texas. That's good news for the Horns. Another turnover. And then Francis gives it right back to Davis. That's an offensive foul.
After the turnover, and Osakowski pushed the ball up the floor, and again, Texas never gets their D set. Sims overextends, and Culver finds a way to knife through.
Bamba back in for Texas. That is terrific news for Shaka Smart. Again, they have dealt with injuries and sickness. Of course, Andrew Jones battling leukemia. They've not had him for several games. This is a team that doesn't have a lot of depth. Ham with the rebound.
Let's see if Bamba's feeling it down low, if he can get some activity around the basket to give him a little bit more offense.
3 points for Bamba in this game. Biggest lead for Texas Tech, it's 13. Shot clock moves to 5. Davis, no. Culver gets the rebound. Armster slows the tempo.
There's just nothing there against this Texas Tech defense. They just close the door and just send that second defender and are rotating quickly on the weak side.
Shot clock inside of 10. That's blocked by Bamba. So if he's got a bad wheel, he gets some elevation there. In spite of it. Stays with Texas when we come back. 11:13 to play here in Lubbock. Red Raiders with a comfortable lead. Need that win against West Virginia. Let's see what happens. Kansas right now leading the Big 12. You can see 6 teams in the top 40 of the RPI coming into the night.
Well, the thing about West Virginia is obviously they're trending in the wrong direction, but they did a great job on Trae Young in their first meeting in Morgantown, and Trae Young last night was just beyond spectacular. There's about 10 NBA scouts here, and we're all talking about they came from Norman last night to come here tonight to watch some of these great players, but the buzz in the air in the back room with the NBA scouts was still about Trae Young and his performance last night against Baylor.
44 points, 9 assists last night. There you see the standings. Texas Tech 5-3 after West Virginia loses tonight to Iowa State. So Texas Tech trying to get to 6 wins. League play. You know, you look at Texas Tech, Tim, and barring a breakdown in February, this is an NCAA tournament team, and before it's all said and done, they could contest for the Big 12 title. Who knows?
Well, there's no doubt about it. Obviously, they've already got one win over Kansas and in Allen Fieldhouse, so that will be a huge game, obviously, here in a couple weeks.
Raymond Francis had that one partially blocked by Bamba. Here's Bamba. Looked like he pushed off, no whistle when he got the basket.
He had the advantage, and now the turnover again.
They're going to again keep the whistles in their pocket as Francis looked to commit a foul, but Texas Tech will slow it down now. Lead is 10 for the Red Raiders.
Got to get it in this guy's hands right here. Better job on a pick and roll. Texas.
Smith again had it swatted away, but a foul before that shot.
This is why this guy is so special, because as a big man still runs the floor tremendously well, and the ability just to catch and gather himself, maybe a touch of a push. Still not back feeling great yet. Still trying to work out that leg injury.
Smith at the line for Texas Tech. Febres is going to sit out with 4 fouls. Mo Bamba now just 1 block away from setting a Texas single-season record. Chris Owens currently owns that record. Mo Bamba, after the injury, is playing inspired ball, and Texas Tech sticking around after falling behind by 13.
There's been nothing for him on the inside in the half court as far as post-up game, so why not step up, square up, and knock it in for the big fella.
Bamba now 8.6 rebounds. Smith driving. Here's another block.
I would say he's starting to slowly loosen up and feel a little bit better. He may be some frustration there, but he's starting to make his presence felt on both ends.
New Texas single-season record for blocks. Mo Bamba, 93 on the year. He's got 5 tonight. Now, Snoop Roach nearly had a turnover. Smith, better hurry. 2 to shoot. Culver launches. Osakowski the rebound. And he's fouled by Hamilton.
That was a good job by Texas on that out of bounds, just to force Texas Tech to get out of the rhythm. A quick trap in the corner, almost a steal, and then quick 4 shot at the end of the clock. Texas hanging around, starting to feel a little better about themselves because they've settled down on the defensive end of the floor and not allowed Evans just to dominate play.
Osakowski with a 1-and-1 opportunity. Saturday on ESPN. Oklahoma and Texas. And Michigan State, Indiana. Both games on ESPN and the ESPN app.
Sorry, Clay. I think Osakowski's got to be a little bit more forceful on the offensive end of the floor. He's done a pretty good job defensively on the backboards, but he's got to show some force, try to get out on the wing and make some things happen with his size and his ability to shoot. In a 1-3-1 zone for the first time tonight with Bamba right in the middle of the floor.
Stevenson fouled on the baseline. That's on Febres. He's done. No, Davis. It's his 4th. So Naeem Stevenson will go to the line.
1-3-1 kind of caught Texas Tech by surprise. They got organized, but they never had anybody the ability to get the ball into the gaps. But Stevenson made a good, smart play down the baseline. That's how you have to beat that zone. You got to shift it before the baseline man can come out from the corner.
Davis. Coleman drives, pulls up. Lefty sees it swim out. Culver with the rebound for Texas Tech. 8:40 to play.
I can't say it enough. Texas Tech really helps, and then they recover very, very quickly.
Stevenson going right in and scoring. First basket for Naeem Stevenson.
Aggressive. The ability to find the lane to the rim, looking like Keenan Evans.
55-46 Texas Tech. Longhorns have been playing catch-up really since the opening couple of minutes. Osakowski will be back on the line.
Coming back on defense again, the quick crossover and no help on the backside. All the Texas defenders on the weak side had their heads turned out. Bamba comes over a little bit late, but Stevenson, the presence of mind to use the rim as the protector.
So Osakowski shooting free throws right into the teeth of the student section.
That's a grown-up drive right there. That's when you have older players that understand when to go, when to slow. Stevenson is a glue guy out on the floor. He doesn't really give you a lot offensively. Solid defensively. He's tough. But when he has an opportunity, he'll find it and make sure he makes the right, smart decision.
Stevenson, a junior college All-American. Came to Texas Tech last year. He's really been a good fit for Chris Beard. Lead is 8 for the Red Raiders.
The thing about Texas Tech play that really impresses you is that everyone understands their role. No one tries to do something they can't do.
Stevenson, not this time.
Bamba was in the neighborhood. No, I think that bothered him on that one.
3 from the wing for Davis. And now it's back to a 5-point lead, and the other big for Texas is down. Dylan Osakowski is limping underneath the basket. Timeout on the floor here in Lubbock. And now Texas will attend to Dylan Osakowski. They hope he's not out.
My name's Dustin.
Hey, Dustin. Hey. Grab a seat.
Okay.
Nice to...
Got himself loose, and then he got loose from the outside, and really started to present some problems for Texas Tech defensively as he is moving and sliding and protecting the rim, as Texas Tech is not getting those freewheeling drives to the rim like they did in the first part of this second half.
Now here's what happened to Dylan Osikowski. He stepped on the foot of Jared Culver, the right ankle. You can see it turn right there. And Osikowski not on the floor. He is not on the bench either. So Texas without Dylan Osikowski, they seemingly have dodged a bullet with Mo Bamba, but now they've lost their other big. Bamba goes in for the rebound. And that's his 8th tonight. 8 points, 8 boards.
They doubled Evans. They left Hamilton wide open in the corner, but Bamba, great job of coming all the way from the three-point line to secure that rebound.
Under 7 minutes to go. Davis, you bet! Oh, what a big shot for this junior from Saginaw, Eric Davis.
And he doesn't need much space out on the floor. When he starts feeling it, Eric Davis is a confident offensive player.
A slow non-conference part to the schedule, but he has really intensified his game in league play. Texas Tech trying to stop a 7-0 run. Keenan Evans, nice bounce pass. Webster to Hamilton. Shot fake. Now doesn't know what to do with it. That's going to be a violation if they don't hurry. It is a shot clock violation. Texas gets it back with a chance to take the lead.
Eric Davis is a hot, cold offensive player. And lately, he has been feeling very good about his role on this basketball team. Not forcing the issue, and that one was really tough. It was contested, but Davis over the top.
He's got it again. He was so good a couple of weeks ago against TCU in that 2 overtime game that you and I saw. 22 points for Davis. Coleman. Big shot goes in to tie it up at 55.
Well, we talked about it in a halftime play. It would be the way Texas can get back in this game, not only play better defense, but they're going to have to make some shots from the outside because Texas Tech does not allow you to get to the rim. Texas get back in this game from the perimeter.
In about 8 minutes, Texas has clawed from 13 down. Evans, no. Rebound, Smith, new shot clock for the Raiders. Smith will back it up. Heady play by the freshman. Now foul away from the ball on Texas. And Coleman now with 4. And a 1-and-1 opportunity here for Texas Tech.
That is an interesting scenario for Shaka Smart, and obviously he doesn't want to take Matt Coleman out of the game. He's so valuable, and if he gets caught in a switch against Keenan Evans, that's going to be trouble for Texas because Texas Tech will take advantage of that because of all the switching that Texas is doing.
Francis can't hit the free throw. He stayed tied. Shaka Smart has 3 players with 4 fouls. Davis and Febres. Coleman, bounce pass, Ham, foul. And Royce Ham Jr. will go to the line for the Longhorns.
Well, again, this is the evolving Matt Coleman over the course of this year has become a really good freshman point guard. And the ability to slow down, feel the help, and then find Ham on the baseline, sliding to the rim.
2 fouls on Zaire Smith.
Coleman coming out of the game now. I think it's a great move by Shako just to let him catch his breath. With the under 4 timeout coming up, but he is too valuable to leave on the floor at this point in the game with 4 fouls.
2 big misses at the line for Royce Ham, who's now 7 for 15 on the year at the stripe. Francis gets it to roll in. Big basket for Texas Tech.
With Bamba looming as well, thought he might have altered the shot, but Francis, the veteran, found a way.
on Keenan Evans.
This is just a heady play by Brandon Francis. He just found a way to get himself right down to the baseline, and then Bamba was, you see it, in the neighborhood, just couldn't find the time. He got caught under the net.
Bamba has been much better at the line the last few games.
He's starting to feel confident about everything he's doing on the offensive end of the floor. And he's a worker. Saw him out earlier with Darren Horn. I mean, he's going to come in every day and try to use every minute of this season to get better.
And you mentioned the NBA scouts here tonight. They got to love that. He's starting to show some confidence in the line.
Confidence. He's intelligent and playing through an injury tonight.
That's what Roach does, and Febres pays it off on the other end. Snoop Roach, those quick hands.
Now, Texas looked like they were down and buried, but give them all the credit in the world. Their defense has stepped up another level, and they're really giving Texas Tech a hard time down here with their activity and their pressure.
Texas foul on Febres. That's 5. He is done. But Snoop Roach with the steal. Before he fouls out, he gets it done. Febres is out of the game, but Texas leads by 2. A little over 13 minutes to go. They've got a 2-point lead here on the road in Lubbock with 3:57 to play. Mo Bamba has had a really good second half despite being hobbled by a leg injury of some kind. Left the game for a while earlier here in the half, but he's got his 11th double-double of the season.
Well, they're without Dylan Osikowski, who's in the locker room with the ankle situation. So Texas has to keep grinding. They're just playing a grinding type game right now. They're kind of giving Texas Tech a dose of their own medicine. And Texas Tech, they're not in any sort of offensive rhythm because they haven't been allowed to get Evans in some space. They have to try to work the ball a little bit more from side to side to try to get Evans cleared out on that wing where he can go to work.
Culver doesn't hit at the line. You hit on it, Tim. I mean, they have really been out of sync. 2 for their last 11 from the field are the Red Raiders. Roach floats it up. Bamba had it in his mitts. Comes into the hands of Keenan Evans. Evans turns it over. Davis with the steal. Now Roach with the 2-on-1 back the other way. He'll keep it and finish.
Eric Davis out of nowhere has just come to dominate this game. Vocal, active, hard-nosed.
14 turnovers now for Texas Tech.
Good move by Shaka playing some zone.
Loose ball. Texas has it again.
And that's a way to slow down Keenan Evans, especially with your point guard with 4 fouls. Play a little 2-3 zone, see how they attack. Texas Tech, another turnover.
Smith nearly poked that away. Shot clock goes inside of 10. Freshman Coleman slaps to maintain control. And Coleman fouled by Evans. That's his 4th.
Matt Coleman, just the presence of mind, growing up right before our eyes as a freshman point guard, and Shaka Smart told us about that today. We work every day. We take him to point guard you. We watch film. We watch film of himself. We watch film of other point guards. We talk about the great point guards in this league and why they're so good. And Matt Coleman has grown up, and you just saw it on that play. He looked up, the great presence of mind to glanced up at the clock and then kind of made a Keenan Evans move, just a little pump fake to draw him up in the air and draw the foul.
And now the officials are over at the scorer's table, too.
Well, I think they're looking to see if it was a 3 or a 2. Looked like his foot. Well, that's a 3. So he slides that left foot back, and he widens out here on the perimeter, gets He's got the foot on the line, but I think when he's fouled, Clay, when he released, his feet were behind the line. I think they're going to give him three shots.
Yep. Matt Coleman, respectable foul shooter at 74%. That's good to see. Osakowski is back out of the locker room, and he's putting weight on that ankle. He'll sit down. It looks like he'll be at Shaka Smart's disposal here down the last 2.5.
He's so important on both ends of the floor, but with this lineup, I've seen from Texas, they're a little quicker defensively, and they've been able to keep Evans and company out of the lane because, you know, Osakowski and Bamba, when they're out there together, sometimes the mismatches against guards, they've been hurt off the dribble.
They gotta make the foul shots. Coleman's struggling right now. I'm trying to laugh it off. Wow. Over. And Osakowski ready to check back in for Texas. Leading by 4. Foul on the Longhorns, and that's on Coleman. He's done. That's a frustration foul, you'd have to think, on the freshman. Goes 0 for 3 at the foul line and then comes back and commits his fifth.
Well, I'm not sure who Shaka was going to put in, who he was going to put Osakowski in for, but I would have guessed it might have been Matt Coleman going a little offense-defense. And surprising, 80% in conference from the line, misses all 3. Now he's out of the game.
He leaves with 12 points. Other than that, I mean, he really did have a good second half.
He's played very well in the league, and you know, this is just something he gets pinned up on that screen, and he's so conscious to not let Evans turn the corner that he forgot that he had 4 and reached it.
Keenan Evans very good at the line, 83%.
You can bet Chris Beard's going to slap a little press on now with Coleman out of the game. He's waving everybody up. He's going to attack Texas with some pressure and see if they can handle it without Matt Coleman in the basketball game.
2-point game. Osakowski. Get back on the perimeter. Crowd on its feet here in Lubbock. Roach floats it up. Bamba, look out below.
He felt the help. He saw the mismatch, and he just threw it up the elevator, up the top, the jump ball, the finish.
A dozen for Mo. Francis trying to answer for Tech. Miss badly. And Osakowski is able to clear it for Texas.
This is an advantage, too, for Texas as far as going down the stretch. Even though they don't have Matt Coleman, they've got a couple hard-nosed guards out there who played a lot of basketball games in this conference. And you see it right there with the play on the previous possession by Roach, and again, being strong with the ball to get fouled.
Roach to the line, foul on Culver.
Oh, I give Roach a ton of credit. I thought he was going all the way, but over-help, that's a problem. When you start over-helping and you're guarding the big guy and you see Keenan Evans, you cannot leave Bamba. You got to stay connected to him. Make Roach make that tough shot over the top instead of giving Bamba that easy flush.
There's Coleman on the bench. One of 2 Longhorns who fouled out tonight. Febris is also fouled out. But Tim, how about the effort by these Texas bigs? They knew they had a size advantage tonight. They knew they were going to need their bigs to play well. Both Bamba and Osakowski have gone out of this game for a time with an injury of some kind, but they're both in the game at crunch time now.
Well, Sims has given them solid minutes. Royce Ham has done a nice job as well, but it's been Roach and Davis with the confidence running the team.
Culver, the pass. Smith can't get it to go, but there's contact underneath. Foul on Texas, and that's number 4 on Bamba. Tyler Smith will toe the line for Texas Tech.
It was the first time in a while that Texas Tech found a little bit of room getting all the way to the rim, and look for them again. Last time it was a 2-2-1 press, and they'll probably go back to that after this free throw, and Chris Spears is going to talk about it.
Texas timeout. 1:16 to go. Sports Center tonight, 1 a.m. Eastern, with Stan and Neil from LA. They're going to break down how LeBron and the Cavs did against the...
But that guy right there, they have a gritty basketball team. It's a great home court here. I give Texas all the credit in the world to get back from 13 down and take control of this game, because they did it with their defense. But
hasn't been a good night at the line for Zaire Smith. He's 4 of 8 at the stripe. Get 4 of 9. Osakowski can't keep it in. Goes back to Texas Tech with 1 minute and 6 seconds to go.
And that wasn't a good decision by Kerwin Roach. Just that ball was in the air way too long, let alone even if he could catch it. Just wasn't a smart play. You've got to have short, crisp passes when you've got the lead with 1 minute to go.
Culver, deep three. A good short, long rebound to Davide Moretti. Moretti had it blocked by Bamba.
They don't need a three. They can attack. Just get the quick two. They're taking tough threes.
But it will be a 3-point opportunity at the line for Evans as he's fouled outside the arc.
Now, Texas Tech very fortunate. They were forcing shots from the perimeter. There's no need to do that. Go get the quick two. There's plenty of possessions left, especially if you're going to press and foul and trap. And Texas spit the ball up on the last possession. But there you go, the veteran finding a way, the little step back, get you up in the air, draw the foul.
Evans 14 of 15 at the line. Gets all 3. Timeout, Texas Tech. 49 seconds to go. Well, Texas Tech had a 13-point lead with 13 minutes to go. Texas came roaring back, Tim.
They came roaring back. Mo Bamba came back in the game, just gave more confidence. Matt Coleman played with great leadership. He fouled out of the game, but Eric Davis made big toughness type plays, and Mo Bamba's presence on both ends, the ability to knock down shots, and that coach on the sideline, he wasn't going to let that team give up. There's no doubt about it. They were 13 down. He was jumping up and down, just pleading for them just to get a couple stops to get back in the game, and they tightened their defense up. They really corrected some of their issues that they had at the beginning of this half, where Keenan Evans just had his way in the half court, just getting all the way to the rim. They slowed him down, and now, though, they're going to have to figure out a way to handle the ball against this pressure without their point guard in the game.
4 players in double figures tonight for Texas. For Texas Tech, just 1. Keenan Evans with 31 points. 1-point game.
Texas Tech's going to play it straight up. They're going to get the ball back. They're going to play it up, and here we're going to see a high ball screen for Roach.
Roach will 10 to shoot. Osakowski for Davis. Dylan Osakowski back it down. Odiase, 3 to shoot. Lobs it up. No. Shot clock is off. Texas Tech can take the lead. Evans, no. Foul. Mo Bamba, that's 5. He's done.
Now there's close to 15,000 people in this building, Clay, and every one of them knew who was going to take this shot. Keenan Evans was going to the rack. He does just an unbelievable job of creating the contact, but Bamba has got those hands not straight up in the air, and that's where he committed the foul.
And Keenan Evans with 15 of his points tonight coming from the line. A chance to give Texas Tech the lead here in the waning seconds. Bamba's night is over. Another double-double. Timeout, Texas. Out of timeouts now. Another great one in the Big 12, Tim Welsh. Here are the standings. Texas Tech trying to get to 6 wins. They will be at TCU on Saturday. Texas, find a way to pull this out, will be over 500 in league play. Of course, they host Oklahoma on Saturday and Trae Young.
Well, you saw Baylor last night go right to the last second in Norman. You saw Iowa State beat West Virginia tonight. Yeah. Texas taking the number 10 team in the country right to the final 3 seconds to see what happens here. And, you know, so there's just, you could say it over and over and over. And some people try to oversell their conferences. I don't think you can say enough about this one. Well, Bamba, that was unfortunate for him because he did a pretty good job of moving his feet and making Evans take a tough shot. But just at the last second, the principal verticality, you know, he had his hands, he didn't have them straight up in the air. He put his hands into the shot motion of Keenan Evans. And again, Evans is so impressive with that ability just to get fouled and somehow create the contact, but make it look like he's getting fouled.
Keenan Evans, the reigning Big 12 Player of the Week. Coming off a 31-point game in the win at South Carolina. He has 31 tonight. At the free throw line with a chance to tie.
Interesting to see if Chris Beard sends a sub in now to not let Texas. He's going to play a little 2-2-1 just to slow him down. Texas is going to try to get the ball up the floor quickly.
Missed the back end. Texas can win it. We'll go into overtime. Tied at 64. Keenan Evans, just his second free throw miss tonight. And we're going to overtime in Lubbock.
Why not?
Earlier this year against Nevada, but he missed that critical free throw just moments ago that would have put Texas Tech ahead.
Well, he's not happy about it either. He is a competitor. He's shaking his head. He is mad. He's hot at himself. And I don't think he can believe he missed it. But listen, he has had to do a lot tonight. So you can give him a pass if he's just a little bit gassed right now. But something tells me he's going to pick up the pace in this overtime, especially without Matt Coleman on the floor.
Texas Tech controls the tip. From the corner. This will go for Coleman. And Texas has it.
Coleman and Bamba out of the game for Texas. So Osakowski has to be big on the backboards and offensively down in the low box.
3 players have fouled out. And Texas, Febris as well. To shoot. Really picked off. Davis in and out. Odiasi the rebound.
Oh, good move by Davis. He just took his time, got balance, just couldn't buy it.
Keenan Evans drives. Nobody's slowing him down.
He's not shaking his head anymore. He is a competitor. Knifing his way to the rim.
An elite point guard in this Big 12 conference. Keenan Evans, new career high, 34 points. Osakowski working hard on Culver. That's a travel. No jump ball call. The crowd thought that was traveling call on the baseline. And the possession arrow keeps it with Texas with 6 to shoot.
Well, Dylan Osakowski's doing his best to try to barrel in there, and good job by Tech just closing the door on the baseline. Now only 6 to shoot.
Osikowski over Culver. Ham's got to hurry. Keenan comes away with it.
Ham with a great effort on the boards, but just didn't take his time to gather the finish over the top.
Texas foul away from the wall inside. And that looks to be on Snoop Roach. Third on Snoop.
We said Keenan Evans has done a lot. Kerwin Roach has had to really play a lot of minutes, tiring minutes, chasing Keenan Evans, running the team, scoring. He looks a little gassed himself right now.
Evans back at the line, hits the front end. There's another one coming. 3-point lead for Texas Tech.
No doubt about those. Those hardly hit the net.
He's 18 of 20 at the line tonight. Young, no. Rebound comes out to Roach. He drives, and he'll get to the line. Oyasi, his fourth. You know, Texas Tech has only beaten Texas 7 times in conference play going back to the beginning of the league. You can tell in this building that this crowd senses that this is an opportunity to beat the in-state rivals. Doesn't happen very often.
Especially since they've already got one W in their pocket. And Texas Tech, the way they came out in the second half, it looked like they were going to put Texas right away. But that man on the sideline, Shaka Smart, he coaches with confidence. And he sees big picture. He doesn't coach in small doses. And he knew that they just tighten up their defense, they could get back in this game. But now they've got to find a way to slow down Keenan Evans because he's, again, now started to gain some confidence as a scorer.
After Roach made 1 of 2 at the line, the lead is 3. Evans with 36 points. Culver! Oh, my! Been relatively quiet tonight after he had that big game against Texas a couple of weeks ago. Timeout, Texas.
Well, Shaka with the timeout, not happy about the blow-by in the baseline by Culver, and this is just bad defense by Texas. The closeout, just the drive and help, and nobody home. Way too easy for Culver.
Culver nearly had that double-double against Texas in the game in Austin.
Well, that's the thing. It's so disappointing because you play so hard for so long, and then you just at a critical moment of the basketball game where you absolutely need to get down and dirty for a stop, you just give up something way too easy.
Texas has got to be gassed, like you said. I mean, you know, they're short some.
He's done, but they're on the verge of getting blown out of this building, and he sensed it. So he wanted just to reorg his team, get him back mentally, tell him this game is far from over, but we got to do it on defense. And he also called it because I think he saw what we're seeing, obviously, that his team needed a little bit of a rest.
At Texas Tech tonight. Keenan Evans leading the way with 36 points. 8 of 11 shooting. He's been great at the line, 18 of 20. But the team shooting 66% at the line. Got to have it, Roach. Yes. Snoop Roach buries the must-have 3 for Texas.
Well, that's why it was a great timeout. He got his team reorganized, told them what they had to do, gave them a couple things to think about on offense, and also gave them a break to get their legs back for this stretch run in the last 136.
Evans. Culver on the wing. 11 to shoot. Evans lobs it down low. Odiasi is fouled by Ham. And so Odiasi will go to the line for 2.
Ham was in pretty good position, but just that extra little force, that kind of whack across the top, got Odiasi to the line.
You see the free throw shooting percentage this year, just 56%, but yeah, whacked pretty good here by Ham. Before the free throw percentage as a team tonight for Texas Tech, not great, 64% after that miss, with the exception of Evans. It hasn't been a great offensive night for Texas Tech.
No, it hasn't, but a lot of that has to go to Texas and what they've done defensively, and especially the inside presence when he was on the floor of Bamba. Now Roach has to just get this team organized and maybe go inside out. Use Ozakowski as a facilitator at the top.
No Coleman, no Bamba. He's on the bench with 5 fouls. Ozakowski. It's it back to Roach. 1 minute to go in the overtime. Roach, another 3. Not this time. Smith with the rebound for Texas Tech.
Excellent defense by Texas Tech. Knowing really you got 2 non-scorers on the floor in Ham and Sims. They really loaded up on Roach and Ozakowski.
Evans on Davis. 3 now. Tipped out. Roach has it in transition. He'll take it right in. Blocked by Smith. Oh my, what an athletic play from the freshman. Denied by Texas. 13 seconds to go. Clangs in for Roach. Tied at 71.
Texas is going to play 2. Play a little 2-3. They're not going to get caught in this ball screen. They're going to attack the dribbler Evans.
Evans. Yes! Game over. What a game for Keenan Evans. 38 points, including the game winner in overtime.
Well, he missed the free throw at the end of regulation. He came out for the overtime, shaking his head. He was mad as heck at himself. And he said, I'm not letting this thing go to another overtime. Texas did a great job. Instead of having to play the ball screen defense, they went to the 2-3. They've got the 2 defenders at the top. They both come at the dribble with a little push up, a step back, and good night, go home. That guy is a player.
He carried Texas Tech on his back tonight. The only player in double figures for the Red Raiders. 38 points, 9 of 13 from the field, 18 of 20 at the line. An absolute terrific game for Keenan Evans, the reigning Big 12 Player of the Week.
Well, you can't play any better defense than Texas did. Shaka did a great job. He didn't want to have to deal with the ball screen at the top and let Evans get into the